Hello, everybody. This is Robin again. This is segment 3, and it's my story, what happened to me, and what actually happened in my heart and in my life, and then subsequently to my wife as well. But this is my story, and I want to share my story of eternity and me preparing my heart to step into eternity, and you can do the same thing. So last segment we were talking about the exchange life, and I want to continue that this time. And in Mark chapter 5, Jesus and his disciples rowed in a boat across the Sea of Gennesaret, and they went to the other side. The disciples stayed in the little boat. They had almost lost their lives because it was so stormy. And Jesus calmed the storm, and his foot hit the sand on the other side. And as soon as that happened, a demonized guy came out of the tombs. He lived in the tombs because society had rejected him. And he lived in the tombs, and really, here's what I think happened. The Bible doesn't spell it out this way. It's in Mark chapter 5. But people rejected him, and his heart was so darkened that he lived in the tombs, and the demons welcomed him, and they loved him, and they embraced him, and he got filled with demons. Go to Mark chapter 5 and read this. And so anyway, he came immediately out of the tombs, and the demons in him sensed that Jesus touched the sand with his feet. And even all the demons that were inside of this man, the demons identified themselves as a legion. And of course, a Roman legion was around 6,000 foot soldiers, but we don't really know the number of demons that were in him. We do know that Jesus cast the demons out of him, and they went into a herd of swine. There's about 2,000 swine, pigs, and they ran over a cliff into the sea, and that was the first documented case of deviled ham. I'm a terrible joke teller, but that's the first documented case of deviled ham. But anyway, so this man, all the demons in the world could not keep this man away from Jesus Christ, because he determined in his heart that he wanted to come to Jesus, and he exchanged his terrible life and the darkness and the pain and the heartache and the heartbreak and the suffering that he had been through and the rejection, extreme rejection. He lived in the tombs, ran around naked. They would come, and I believe the local people would take sport in putting him in chains, kind of like the way I felt I was in chains of bondage. And Jesus, this man was so strong, he broke the chains, and Jesus wanted to make sure that the chains were broken in his heart, in his spirit, in his life, and that Jesus gave him liberty. So he came to Jesus. The guy ran around naked, screaming all night long in torment, cutting himself. I did that when I was 17, not even knowing why I did that, and it was a very minor thing, but the pain was so terrible in my heart that I transferred it to the cutting of myself, and Jesus set me free from that in my heart, in my mind, where I didn't do that anymore. And so the guy came to Jesus, and Jesus identified the legion, cast all those demons out of him. And here's the remarkable thing that I want to share with you. I can't do this for you. You can't do this for you. But Jesus Christ is the only one that can do this for you in the power of the Holy Spirit. And you may be thinking, I need that, or a family member needs this, or a neighbor needs this, and you may want to go grab somebody and sit them down and have them watch these segments, or this segment, my story, eternity. I'm ready to step into eternity with Jesus. and hopefully you will be too. And you'll get great liberty, freedom, love, grace, mercy, God's goodness, His loving kindness, and an endless supply of His love with no rejection. Part of what the demoniac's problem with this guy that was filled with demons is he was so rejected. So here's how I want to end this. The guy gets delivered, and he wanted to go get in the boat and go with Jesus. And Jesus said this. Jesus refused to permit him to do that. And he said to him, "Go home to your friends, your own family and relatives and friends. Bring them back the word to them of how much the Lord has done for you and how He has had sympathy for you and mercy on you." How wonderful. And he departed, the demoniac departed, and began to publicly proclaim in Decapolis, the region of the 10 cities, how much Jesus had done for him. And all the people were astonished and marveled. And he was sitting at the feet of Jesus, clothed and in his right mind. How did that happen? Because he came to Jesus, and Jesus gave him freedom and deliverance. Say yes to Jesus today. If He can do it to the Gadarene demoniac, He can do it for you and your family. God bless you so much. We love you. Bye-bye.